Dr. Doom is here. He made it to the party. He made it to the party with all the other mutants. Now, the event is not fully completed yet, but I figured I could make this video anyway because I found out some crazy lore that might give us some insight as to what Season 2 is really unfolding into. Because if you see my previous lore video, you should go watch it because it goes over the initial lore pages that first came out of Season 2 and like surface level what Season 2 was about. But now that we have this event, I've completed the first couple pages and we've seen some of the gallery cards, and the gallery cards have descriptions that let you know what's actually going on. So we could look at this first, because there's a description in the subject of Emma Frost, of her event, of her set of objectives that you had to complete in order to get this, which is super interesting because they mentioned Cerebro. And if you've read the comics, you know what Cerebro is, but you haven't read the comics, if you've only seen like the movies, then this is what Cerebro is. This is what Cerebro looks like. It's what Charles Xavier used to find mutants. And this whole description makes me wonder, where is Charles Xavier? Like, what the heck? Like, where is he? Like, because of the time string entanglement, everybody, like, a whole bunch of universes come together. And that's why there's, like, many different types of heroes and skins and all that stuff. It's like, it's lore-based and it all makes sense because of the story. But because of that, wouldn't there be a whole bunch of Charles Xaviers? Or are they all dead? Because it seems like in this little description on Krakoa, which is their X-Men like hideout or whatever, it's like the, utopia for X-Men, is that they mentioned that they did have a Cerebro, but Scarlet Witch had used her abilities to forge a new Cerebro helmet, but they needed to put it in the hands of a skilled telepath, and the only person they could think of was Emma Frost. Where's Charles? I don't know. Maybe I am dumb. Maybe we're supposed to know and I just don't know. But if you know, let me know down in the comments. We can chat about it. But that was just a little thing I wanted to share. But when we go into the gallery and into the cards here, we find out that when Emma Frost decided to do the Hellfire Gala and create, the party, she had to send out a whole bunch of invites, and she actually invited our old friend Dr. Doom. Contrary to what everybody would believe she might do. Actually, that's not true. They might suspect if they thought about it that Emma Frost would probably give him an invite because she's crazy. But he laughed it off. He was like, he scoffed when the invitation first was delivered to his floating fortress. But apparently this version of Doom isn't responsible for the time string entanglement. There's many different versions of every different character, right? So apparently he says the version of Doom that was responsible for the time string entanglement was unleashed by the reckless actions of my past self. So wait, maybe it is him, but it's actually his past self, or maybe it's a universe that is in the past. Look, I don't know. I don't know, man. These things can get complicated fast. But he apparently is doing experiments with Chronovium, which is a bunch of currency that we use in, is it? Yeah, it's the currency that we use in Marvel Rivals for something. Because there's a whole bunch of currencies in Marvel Rivals. I don't know why. But Doom finds out that Ultron is going, or he finds out where Krakoa is, and he's going to the Hellfire Gala. And in finding out that Ultron was going, Ultron also saw into Dr. Doom and Dr. Doom's like experiments and stuff, and he pretty much possessed Doom's bots and started trying to destroy Doom, but Doom was like, nah, totally decimated all his bots. He was like, the Hellfire Gala, all of those heroes that have been touched by the time string entanglement are covered in, what does he say, chronovium? They're covered in that dust, that time string entanglement goo. Oh, the chronal energy is what it's called. And he's like, if I go, then maybe I can fish it off their bodies. So he decides to go to the party, which makes me believe that he might make an appearance somewhere in Season 2. I don't know. I may just be wishful. This may just be wishful thinking, but this actually brings me to the next thing, which is that, the party happens and the Hellfire Gala gets invaded by Ultron, right? But the main people that seem to be fighting, even though in the trailer we saw that like all of the X-Men were at war, and that's what is happening, is that the war rages out, right? But the main people that we see in these lore pages fight are Wolverine, Magic, Psylocke, and Namor. And this is really interesting because it shows that Ultron wants to get into Cerebro, because when Scarlet Witch created the Cerebro helmet, they put like the information. It basically became like a hard drive to store all of the information for every single X-Men ever. in Cerebro. And so Ultron, I guess, just wants to use that against the universe, which is a bad idea. So Wolverine does not want that to happen, and neither does anybody else, because that would be bad. So it's interesting that in this lore page, they're just fighting Ultron. And then at the end of the lore page, Wolverine tries to go find Ultron by himself in like a jungle, and then Ultron is like, no, stop. And then he like blows him up and like scars him, or like blows his arm off or whatever. But then in the gallery card that we get from the no, what is it? Oh, it's the cereal that we get from the event, tells us that Psylocke, Magic, Wolverine, and Amor are like, well, we can't fight in these clothes. So they go to the training sector where all the young X-Men are being trained, and we're like, oh, well, there's going to be a whole bunch of outfits there. So they go and get outfits to fight. And that's where it leaves off. But it also leaves off with Ultron getting to Cerebro. So it already feels like they kind of lost. But I don't know. That's why I kind of want to make this video, because I was like, well, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think they can come back from this? I mean, it's a superhero comic, so of course they're gonna. I mean, if they want to keep this game going for seasons and seasons and seasons, they can't just kill off all the heroes, otherwise they'll have no game. Do you think Doctor Doom's gonna make an appearance? Do you think? He probably won't. He's not gonna. But it's still fun to theorize, I guess. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you like this type of video of me going through the lore, please let me know. I love diving into things like this. So subscribe, like, comment down below, and we'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!